If you were born before 1965 and received Social Security, there is something important you need to know about 2026. Many retirees assume that once benefits begin, the payments will simply continue month after month without interruption. In most cases, that is true. But there are situations where the Social Security Administration can suspend payments, delay benefits, or place an account under review until certain issues are resolved. For millions of Americans, Social Security is not extra income. It helps pay for housing, groceries, utilities, medications, insurance, and other essential expenses. Even a temporary interruption can create financial stress. That is why understanding the most common reasons benefits can be suspended is so important. Many people who experience payment problems are surprised because they did not realize there was an issue until after a payment was delayed. In some cases, the warning notices were mailed but never received. In other situations, requests for information were overlooked, misplaced, or misunderstood. Today, we are going to discuss 7 common reasons Social Security benefits can be suspended and what you can do right now to reduce the risk. We will also cover how the Social Security Administration typically communicates with beneficiaries, what documents deserve immediate attention, and what steps you can take if your payments are ever interrupted. The first reason involves direct deposit problems. Most Social Security beneficiaries receive payments through direct deposit. It is fast, secure, and reliable. But problems can occur when bank accounts change. Many retirees switch banks to obtain better services, lower fees, or more convenient locations. Others may close an account after moving or consolidating finances. The problem happens when Social Security does not have updated banking information. If a payment is sent to an account that has been closed or cannot accept deposits, the funds may be returned. Once that happens, additional verification may be required before future payments are released. This is especially important for retirees who have recently changed financial institutions. Many people assume everything has been updated correctly, but mistakes happen. A simple data entry error can create delays. An account number entered incorrectly can create problems. A routing number that no longer applies can trigger additional reviews. If you have changed banks recently, check your Social Security account information and confirm that the direct deposit details are accurate. Keep records showing when changes were made. Save confirmation notices. Those records can be extremely valuable if questions arise later. The second reason involves identity verification requests. Identity theft remains a serious concern. Because of this, the Social Security Administration sometimes requests additional verification from beneficiaries. Many seniors do not realize that failure to complete an identity verification request can affect benefit payments. Sometimes the request is related to account security. Sometimes it is connected to suspicious activity. In other situations, it may simply be part of routine verification procedures. The problem is that many people overlook these notices. Some mistake them for junk mail. Others set them aside and forget about them. Some assume the request does not apply to them. When identity verification requests go unanswered, benefits can be delayed while the agency attempts to confirm eligibility and account ownership. This is why every letter from Social Security deserves attention. If you receive a notice asking for verification, review it carefully. Follow the instructions exactly. Respond within the stated deadline. Keep copies of everything you submit. Many seniors focus only on payment notices and ignore administrative correspondence. That can be a costly mistake. The third reason affects people who claimed benefits early and continue working. This is one of the most misunderstood areas of Social Security. Many retirees begin collecting benefits before reaching full retirement age, and then decide to continue working part-time or return to the workforce. There is nothing wrong with working while receiving Social Security. However, earnings limits can apply before full retirement age. If earnings are not reported properly, or if income exceeds certain limits, adjustments may be required. In some situations, benefits can be withheld temporarily. Many people are surprised when this happens because they assume Social Security automatically knows everything about their employment situation. While wage information is reported, discrepancies and timing issues can still occur. Imagine someone starts receiving benefits and later accepts a consulting job. The additional income may affect benefit calculations. If earnings estimates are inaccurate or reporting issues arise, payment adjustments can follow. This does not necessarily mean benefits are permanently lost. Often, it involves recalculations and temporary withholding. However, the interruption can still affect monthly cash flow. If you claimed benefits before full retirement age and continue working, review your earnings records regularly. Make sure the information on file is accurate. Keep copies of tax records, pay stubs, and earnings documentation. Many seniors discover errors only after receiving an unexpected notice. Finding those issues early can help prevent larger problems later. The fourth reason involves overpayment disputes. This is an area that catches many beneficiaries off guard. Sometimes Social Security determines that a recipient received more benefits than they were entitled to receive. This can happen for various reasons. Income changes may not have been reported promptly. Eligibility information may have been incorrect. Administrative errors can also contribute to overpayment situations. When an overpayment is identified, the agency generally seeks repayment. In some cases, benefit reductions are used to recover the amount. In other situations, more significant payment interruptions can occur while the matter is being addressed. What makes this particularly challenging is that overpayments may involve events that occurred months or even years earlier. A beneficiary may believe everything is fine and then suddenly receive a notice stating that an overpayment exists. This is why reviewing benefit notices is so important. If you receive a letter discussing an overpayment, do not ignore it. Read it carefully. Verify the information. Compare it with your records. Many people assume they have no options, but beneficiaries often have rights to request reconsideration, file appeals, or seek waivers depending on the circumstances. The key is responding quickly. Waiting too long can limit available options. This is one of those situations where a single unopened envelope can create unnecessary financial problems. The fifth reason involves immigration and citizenship-related verification issues. This does not affect every beneficiary, but it can be extremely important for those who are required to maintain current eligibility documentation. The Social Security Administration periodically verifies certain records connected to legal status and eligibility requirements. If requested documents are not provided, or if records cannot be verified, payments may be suspended until the issue is resolved. Many people assume that because they have been receiving benefits for years, additional verification will never be needed. That assumption can create problems. Government records are updated continuously. Databases are reviewed. Information may need to be matched across agencies. When discrepancies appear, requests for clarification can follow. If you receive any communication requesting documentation related to eligibility status, treat it as a priority. Make sure your records are current. Verify that your personal information matches official documents. Respond promptly to any requests for clarification. Even if you believe the agency already has the information, failing to respond can create avoidable delays. The sixth reason involves incarceration rules. This topic does not apply to most beneficiaries, but it is still important to understand. Federal law contains rules regarding benefit payments during periods of incarceration. Under certain circumstances, retirement, disability, or other benefits may be affected when an individual is confined following a criminal conviction. Family members sometimes discover these rules only after payments stop. What matters here is understanding that eligibility requirements continue after benefits begin. Many people think approval means to permanent entitlement, regardless of future circumstances. In reality, ongoing eligibility rules still apply. If a beneficiary becomes subject to conditions that affect eligibility, payment changes can occur. The important lesson is that Social Security benefits are connected to continuing requirements. Approval is not the end of the process. The seventh, and perhaps most common reason, is failure to respond to Social Security notices. This is where many benefit interruptions begin. People move and forget to update their address. Mail is delivered to an old residence. Letters are misplaced. Notices are confused with advertisements. Deadlines pass. Then a payment issue appears. Many beneficiaries are shocked when benefits are suspended because they never saw the original request. The Social Security Administration sends important communications regarding eligibility reviews, account updates, documentation requests, overpayments, earnings questions, and other matters. When those notices go unanswered, the agency may proceed based on the information available. This can trigger delays, suspensions, or administrative actions that could have been avoided with a simple response. If you have moved recently, updating your address should be one of your highest priorities. The same applies if you changed phone numbers, email addresses, or other contact information. Many seniors focus on updating information with banks, insurance companies, and utility providers, but forget about Social Security. That oversight can become expensive. Now let's discuss how Social Security notifications are typically delivered and what documents deserve immediate attention. The first category includes any letter requesting information or documentation. These notices often contain deadlines. Missing those deadlines can create problems. The second category includes benefit adjustment notices. These explain changes that may affect payment amounts, eligibility reviews, or account status. The third category includes overpayment notices. Never assume these letters are routine. Review every detail carefully. The fourth category includes identity verification requests. These should always be treated as time-sensitive. The fifth category includes notices regarding earnings records or employment information. Even small discrepancies should be addressed promptly. A good habit is creating a dedicated folder for Social Security documents. Keep benefit statements. Save notices. Retain direct deposit confirmations. Store earnings records. Maintain copies of correspondence. Having organized records makes resolving issues much easier if questions arise. Another important step is checking your account status regularly. Many people only think about Social Security when payments arrive. That approach can leave problems undiscovered until they become urgent. Reviewing account information periodically allows you to identify issues earlier, verify your mailing address. Confirm your banking information. Review earnings records if you continue working. Look for pending requests or unresolved notices. Many seniors are surprised by how much information can be verified before a payment problem develops. Now, let's talk specifically about people who recently moved. Moving creates more benefit-related issues than many retirees realize. A new address affects correspondence. A new bank may affect direct deposit. Changes in phone numbers can affect communication. Documentation may be misplaced during the move. Mail forwarding does not always work perfectly. This combination creates risk. If you have moved within the past year, take a few minutes to verify that all information on file is current. Do not assume updates happened automatically. Confirm them directly. The same advice applies to people who recently changed banks. Many beneficiaries switch financial institutions without any issues. However, when problems occur, they often involve outdated account information. Verify that future deposits are directed to the correct account. Keep records showing the effective date of any changes. Monitor upcoming payments carefully after making updates. Part-time workers should also pay special attention. Many retirees earn supplemental income after leaving full-time employment. There is nothing unusual about that. The key is understanding how earnings may interact with benefit rules. Keep accurate records. Report required information promptly. Review annual earnings statements for accuracy. Small errors can grow into larger problems if left uncorrected. Before we finish, let's go through a simple checklist that can help protect your monthly benefits. First, verify your mailing address. Second, confirm your direct deposit information. Third, review any recent correspondence from Social Security. Fourth, respond promptly to requests for information. Fifth, keep copies of identity documents and benefit records. Sixth, review earnings information if you continue working. Seventh, maintain organized files containing Social Security notices and statements. Eighth, monitor for overpayment notices and respond immediately if one arrives. Ninth, verify that phone numbers and contact information are current. 10th, check account information periodically, instead of waiting for a problem to appear. These steps may seem simple, but many payment interruptions begin with small administrative issues that could have been prevented. The good news is that a suspension or interruption does not always mean benefits are gone forever. In many cases, payments can be restored after the required information is provided or corrections are made. Appeal rights may exist. Reconsideration options may be available. Documentation can often resolve misunderstandings. The most important thing is acting quickly. Ignoring notices rarely makes a problem disappear. Responding promptly usually leads to better outcomes. If you were born before 1965 and depend on Social Security, remember these 7 key risk areas: direct deposit problems, identity verification requests, earnings reporting issues for early claimers, overpayment disputes, immigration status verification requirements, incarceration-related rules, and failure to respond to Social Security notices. Review your records. Check your contact information. Verify your banking details. Read every Social Security letter carefully. And if a request arrives, respond before deadlines pass. A few minutes of review today could help prevent a disruption to your monthly income tomorrow. Subscribe and share this with someone who may need this information.